What's up, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. Edge of Fate is here, and we have a crazy build for the Hunter that is just insane. Now, you may have seen it before. It is the Ahamkara's Trip Mine Spam Ignition King build with the new stat system and the way things work, and with a little bit of tweaks in our super. The rotation is insane. So let's go over the build here before I show you exactly what it can do. So starting with Young Hamkar Spine, you're going to want to run this because you're going to be throwing trip mines. This says increase trip mine grenade duration and blast radius, and ability damage grants trip mine grenade energy. So that paired with our super here, we're going to run Blade Barrage because it's a one-off super, very fast to throw. We're going to run Knife Trick so we get those ability procs. Trip Mine, obviously. We're going to run On Your Mark. Now here is where I feel like you could do a little bit of tweaking. So this says activating your class ability or getting precision final blows grant you and nearby allies increase weapon handling and reload speed for a short duration. I think this is probably what you really want to run, because as you'll see in a little bit with the exotic that we're going to be running, our exotic weapon, you're going to be swapping weapons a lot. And this will just help you get that handling boost and reload speed. Then you're going to knock them down because Blade Barrage launches more projectiles. And that'll help you get more damage out. Now, fragments, you're going to want to run Ember of Singeing. Your class ability recharges faster when you scorch targets. So you're going to be scorching a lot with this build. So you want your class ability up as much as possible. Ember of Beams so that your Blade Barrage doesn't miss. Ember of Torches so that when you throw your Knife Trick, you get Radiant. Ember of Searing, defeating Scorch targets grants melee energy and creates a fire sprite. So this will help you when you have to fight enemies around. You'll get those melee, you'll get your melee back and you'll get fire sprites. And then Ember of Ashes so you apply more Scorch stacks. So with all of that, Young Ahamkar Spine, this build is already pretty potent. Now we're going to add one little bit of spiciness to it to make it just go over the top, and that is this right here, Dragon's Breath. Dragon's Breath is a ignition demon, right? So the more ignitions you get, you'll reload Dragon's Breath and you'll get extra fuel to proc more ignitions when you shoot it. So if you can kind of see where I'm going with this, basically Dragon's Breath has auto reload when you get ignitions. So what we're going to do is throw on an auto reload aerial denial from the past season and get even more damage out of it. So really, if you don't have this aerial denial, this is just a little bit of extraness that I have, so I'm using it. Really, Dragon's Breath is the one you want to get. If you have something that's incandescent here and there's going to be enemies around a boss or enemies that you're fighting, this is good to have. Anything with incandescent so that you can get more scorch stacks, more of all the procs that you're going to get from your super or from your subclass, I guess. So this is what the rotation is going to look like. Let me get this guy out. Big boy Carl. So you got to kind of pay attention to your cooldowns, because dodging will give you your melee back, and then when you hit something with your melee, you'll get your trip mine back on top of what you'll already get a good amount of energy from just throwing your trip mine and it hitting. So we'll pay attention to not only the abilities here, but also Dragon's Breath. All right, so we're gonna throw a grenade. I'm gonna launch Dragon's Breath. Grenade again. Melee, grenade, dodge, melee, grenade, aerial denial, Dragon's Breath, grenade, dodge, that, grenade, Dragon's Breath, super, grenade, dodge, melee, Dragon's Breath, grenade, grenade, Dragon's Breath, dodge, melee, grenade, and you just go on and 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 on until you run out. Do it again. Dodge. And just go on and on and on. It's potent. It does an insane amount of damage, and as you can see, I can keep this going. With the amount of ammo I have in Dragon's Breath, it just keeps going. It goes crazy. Not only that, not only does it do good amount, as you can see, damage there to a boss as you're just rotating your abilities and your Dragon's Breath, having something with incandescent here helps with your general add clear and little trash mobs, as well as the aerial denial when you need to take care of that. So if you don't have an aerial denial, I would definitely run something like a shotgun or a fusion rifle, something that you can take care of majors and stuff like that with, and something that you can use when you are in between phases there, when you are waiting for Dragon's Breath to reload and you have to shoot a little bit with your primary while you're waiting for your class ability to come back. Let's take a look at our mods here. So that is something that is a little bit hard with this build, is that your class ability, you have to get all the stats. Now right now I only have my grenade stat barely above 100, so I get more damage, but as you can see, my cooldown is at 1 minute and 1 second. My melee is, I got it to 70 because that is the equivalent of what 100 would have been back before this DLC. So when I dodge, I get my full refund of my melee. And my class ability here, as you can see, it takes 28 seconds to get my class ability back. So if you're going to run this build, you want to use armor that is melee, grenade, and class ability. And maybe if you find leftover, throw it into your super or your weapons. I'd probably throw it into my weapons because I feel like that's what's going to be doing more damage. If I'm going to look for armor that has melee, grenade, class stats, and then if those combinations don't work for some reason because they don't exist or whatever, then I'll find something that with a little bit of weapon stat in there so that I can boost that, because it'll boost my Dragon's Breath. But that's the build. It's potent. It's crazy. Here are the mods here. I didn't go over them, but you can take a look here. You can boost your grenade stat even more with font mods if you get Orbs of Power, and it is just insane. I don't know if there's another build right now that I'm going to use, but this is definitely a build that you should be throwing on for day one or for your legendary campaign run, whatever it is. Definitely check this build out if you're a hunter, because it is insane. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment down below if you're using any other builds, if you've been using this since day one. And I have to say it, come check out the stream over on Twitch. We're going to be streaming Edge of Fate all week and beyond. So if you enjoyed the video, go check me out, drop a sub, and I'll catch you in the next one.